Hello, I'm Lisa Valentine, Managing Editor of FSO Knowledge Exchange Publication Channels, and I'm here with Ray Strecker, from Virtusa. Good morning, Ray.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. We're going to talk a little bit about technology. Ray, what are some of the most promising technologies on the horizon for financial firms?
Well, there's several, and I think maybe the best way to think of them is which ones might be particularly useful to address particular problems, particularly for FSO's audience, which tends to be heavily focused on institutional investors, the banks and large financial companies that service them, and the capital markets generally. So I think, one thing that's definitely a big trend in this space is competition based on improved or superior customer experience. And for that, we would look at two technologies in particular. One is mobile and its emergence as a separate full channel for doing everything and coming out of the shadow of things like internet banking. And we think that's probably the single most visible and obvious form of competition around customer experience. But the other thing we'd say is that something that's been around a little bit longer in other spheres is finally coming to maturity for sober industries like institutional banks. And this is a whole range of things around Web 2.0. So we'd look at things like personalization really in a meaningful sense now for these kinds of customers and these kinds of applications, rich internet experiences, things that used to be deliverable only on a PC, now delivered through a browser, selective use of social media. And the particular sphere that we see this all coming together is account opening, which is a sore spot for many, many customers, particularly on the institutional side. Very complicated to onboard a new customer, get all his permissions and entitlements set up properly. And, you're not getting cash until you've got that servicing relationship all set up. And people are using the technologies now to really improve that experience dramatically.
Great, thanks. It sounds like mobile and Web 2.0 are going to have quite a bit of an impact in the financial services industry.
Yeah, I think they're kind of past the hype cycle and out of the disillusionment trough into the steady adaptation phase, to use Gartner's way of looking at the world.
Right. Great, excellent. Thanks, Ray. Let me ask you, too, about events like these. Why are our forums, such as the FSO Knowledge Exchange, so important for the industry?
Well, I think all of us in the industry, whether we're on the selling side of the industry and the technology side like me, or whether we're on the buying side and the banking side and so forth, have day-to-day jobs that really pull us into, sort of the same old thing over and over. We all have budgets. We all have people we manage, people that manage us, deals we're trying to do and so forth. And you really need these kinds of events, I think, to get, sort of a little bit out of the forest and look up at the blue sky once in a while and see what's going on and what you should be thinking about, and also meet some of the other people that maybe are doing things that you haven't done yet and learn something.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today and for spending a few minutes with me.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.